What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Chris Lee TV, back again with another video. As you can see by the title, I'm gonna get into my my experience working in the food service industry. You know what I'm saying, what I thought about it, you know what I'm saying, my trials and tribulations with that. If you watched my last video about, you know, just me coming back to YouTube, I talked a little bit about that. So I want to get into it in this video. Before we get started, two things. Don't ask why a vegan is parked in front of KFC. All right, don't even worry about that right now, okay? That's none of your business, all right? We don't need to talk about that. Second thing, my new Temu Wave wig didn't come in the mail. The last one melted off, so we got the wave cap on this time. I'm not taking it off. I'm not taking it off. So my time in the food service industry. Like I said, I was coming back from the oil field, and what happened was I had a friend who worked at JB Hunt. She was like, you know what I'm saying, check out the jobs on JB Hunt. I applied to a couple of them. One of them was a job that paid like $90,000 to $100,000+ a year. I'm money motivated. That motivated me. It wasn't a whole lot of description in this job description. You know what I'm saying? It said you was going to be hands-on, but it didn't say you was going to be this goddamn hands-on. Let me tell you that it didn't say it was going to be this hands-on. So I was like, yeah, I had a movie company in the past. Like, I know how to use a dolly, like, it's a different type of dolly. But I was like, I know how to use a dolly. I know how to do this, how to do that, move some boxes around. It's easy. I can do that for $100,000 a year and be home you know what I'm saying? Be home more often. I think it was home like 3-4 times a week, depending on your schedule. And if you wanted to pick up some like extra work, they always had extra work. At this place that I went to, they always had extra work that you could always go back and pick up. So who I worked for was JB Hunt, but they had a contract with cicis, and it was like they go to like all the cicis like throughout the country. It might be, so I think cicis is like more of a like south, kind of like they're mainly in the south. I think, I don't know, I don't got a map of cicis every location, but like from Texas, Louisiana, like I think some like maybe West Texas. I think it goes as far as West Texas. It might go up into like some of the Midwest also. Like I said, I don't have the exact coordinates for you guys right now. But the route that I had was mainly like a Texas route. Yeah, it was mainly a Texas route, but I didn't have my own route at the time. You have to like be there at the job for like a little while before they actually give you a route. I think that's why a lot of people didn't succeed. But so I got the job working for JB Hunt doing CC's food service, right? So I got, you know what I'm saying, steel toes. I go orientation and all this stuff. Is pretty cool. Check out the warehouse. I'm looking at what's going on and not realizing that I'm going to be moving these bags of flour. Oh, actually, he did run it down to me. He was like, yeah, this is what you're doing. He's got bags of flour. You got these, you know what I'm saying, the Coca-Cola boxes, just boxes of food and stuff like that. And just FYI, this is going to be a pretty long video. If you're a truck driver, you know what I'm saying, sit back, relax, chill, get your little snacks or whatever. And you know what I'm saying, enjoy the video. But so they showed me everything that I would kind of be picking up and moving. You know what I'm saying, I picked up a couple of them. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like if I pick up a couple of these every night, I'm cool with it. But that's me not having knowledge of how the food service works. One thing about the food service is that you will do manual labor. You will do like grueling manual labor in some instances. You know what I'm saying? I see some guys out here, they're, you know what I'm saying, they're not as big, they're not as, you know what I'm saying, whatever. A lot of people built different. I ain't built for it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I wasn't built for this job. So it was manual labor, but on top of that, you have a route that you have to drive. So a lot of food service guys have like a day cab. This was a sleeper, so you know you might be out there for, you know what I'm saying, a couple of days, because we driving sleepers. So it showed me what I was gonna be doing. Come back, it was like you start at night, and then, you know what I'm saying, go drive to your like destinations throughout the night and deliver at night. A lot of food service does deliver at night. That's why you see like a lot of these trucks, you know what I'm saying, in the parking lots of these restaurants. They're delivering at night, unloading while there's nobody there, because you don't want nobody in the way while you're doing your job with these dollies and moving these heavy products. You don't want nobody kind of in the way, because like you can get hurt. So I meet the guy who's my trainer. I go in my first night, meet the guy who's training me. He's very stern, very strict guy. You know what I'm saying? You know how some of these truck driver trainers be. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing me. I'm like, yo, okay, just, you know what I'm saying, tell me what to do. I think I moved a little bit too fast for him. He was an older guy, so he was like, yeah, bro, can you please slow down? Like, y'all new people, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all new people that's new to Earth. Y'all be moving too fast. Y'all be doing a lot. I'm old school, so he's like, can you just chill out? I was like, all right, like I'm chill. So you know what I'm saying? And you know, driver trainers also, they don't know how you drive. So you know what I'm saying, they got to get acclimated with somebody new in their truck and stuff like that. So we had to go through those things. So we get to the routes and stuff. I'm unloading. I think first he was like, I'm gonna show you how it's done, and then on the next one, you're gonna help me unload. So I'm unloading. Okay, cool. And he's helping me at this time. Like, you know what I'm saying, it's me and him doing it. So it's like a team operation, which originally he had told me this is a team operation job, but they cut it down to where it's a single person doing it. And that's why it's like, you know what I'm saying, as hard as it is, but it does, like I said, it paid well. And then on top of that, like, you're home pretty often, like home 3-4 days out of the week. So it's, you can say it's pros and cons. It was pros and cons to the job. So like I said, we're doing this, he's teaching me how to do it, but we're doing it like a team. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, handoff, boom, 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 going down the ramp at the trailer, back and forth, you know what I'm saying, showing me where to put the products throughout the store, the boxes for the pizza, the stuff that goes in the freezer, the stuff that's dry, you know what I'm saying, how to keep it dry, what to look for as far as, like, you know what I'm saying, just different things, as like putting in the alarm code and stuff like that. And if you want to get a drink, go ahead and grab a drink, they don't mind it, stuff like that. So you know what I'm saying, we started doing it, and I'm like, okay, this is cool, but it's only cool because it's 2 people. Now fast forward a couple weeks into it, he's like, all right, well, now I'm gonna drive and you're gonna unload, and I'm gonna let you unload. I'm gonna time you and see kind of what that looks like, and kind of scale you from there. Now these trucks are full from the front of the truck, and they're like, sometimes not, the pallets are pretty high. They didn't double stack the pallets. I know some companies do, like, put pallets on top of pallets, but this company, they would just stack the pallets like a little high. So every pallet was broken down. It was very organized. I know that some of these food service companies, it's not organized, but everything was organized. You would get like a sheet of paper before you started your route, and it would have kind of where everything was in the trailer. So as soon as you open the side door, the paper would say, this needs to be here when you look left, and this needs to be here when you look right. So it would say, if it says number 2, it's supposed to be on the left on this paper, and you open the side door on the trailer and you look, and they should have wrote like a number 2 on that pallet, and number 3 on that one. You look down at the paper, it's number 3 right there. You can also go to the back of the trailer and see, like, make sure that those pallets are lined up with that paper. That way you know which pallets go on which route. So they will give you a sheet of paper saying where the pallets were, and then your route paper and whatever else you needed to drop it off, like your BOL at the restaurant. So I'm starting to do it by myself, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy, but I'm doing it. But I'm not as efficient and fast as I should be, right? As other people would be who need to do the job efficiently. Like, you have to come in and you have to have like some type of, I don't know what you gotta have. I can't explain it to you. You gotta be from goddamn back road Mississippi, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have it in you. You gotta be XD1, you know what I'm saying? Like, athlete trained to do this type of job. So I'm doing it by myself, and I'm like, yo, I'm sweating. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but I'm not gonna do it as fast as you want me to do it, but I'm gonna do it. So he was like, you know what I'm saying, like, once I would get done, or he would then come and help me, he'd be like, bro, like, are you sure this is for you? You need to start thinking about if this job is for you. You know what I'm saying? In the most polite way he could say it, this ain't it, Chris. Like, but he was real, you know what I'm saying, he was real nice about it. And that's what I respected about that man, was that, you know what I'm saying, he he didn't like play no games, but he wasn't like, some of these drivers are rude. So, like, it's like, you don't have to understand, like, being a truck driver, like it's a different shape that you have to take. It's a different form you have to take. A lot of people can't accept like different types of criticism, right? So it's not like he tried to dog me or play me, but he was like, I don't think this is for you, and I want you to know that, so that you can start preparing to get in a position or look for a better position that might be more suitable for you. And I'm gonna tell you that he went as far as to reach out to other people who worked at, you know what I'm saying, who, you know what I'm saying, he helped me look for another job, right? Pretty much. He was like, hey, yo, I think that this guy might be better suited for this. Like, and he would have me talk to people and like, okay, like, oh yeah, I tried to do the job that you're doing, but it wasn't for me either. I also was trained under the guy that you're training under, and he helped me get over here to a better position. And now I think that, you know what I'm saying, I could do this a lot better than I could do that. So like I said, he wasn't trying to play me. He was just he really was looking out. And a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, and I would have rubbed him the wrong way, how he approached it. And like I said, it wasn't rude. It was just very straight to the point. Like, I like, you know what I'm saying, I like stuff that's straight to the point. I had to respect it. I had to respect that. So he was like, I don't think it's for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, when I came out the oil field in my last video, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. When I came out the oil field, I was a little bit stocky. I didn't have nothing to do in the oil field but work out and eat. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm just lifting weights every day. And he was like, you big, you have muscles, but you know what I'm saying, it's still like the being able to move to be efficient. Like, I couldn't move like that and still, you know what I'm saying, do the job. Like, the lifting part, cool to a point, but the lifting, the moving, and then the driving, all that stacked on top is like, bro, like, this is, you're really working hard for the, you know what I'm saying, for the money that you're making. And so I was like, cool. He was like, maybe you should, you know what I'm saying, maybe you should talk to the people and let them know, like, really how you're doing out here. You know what I'm saying? So they hear it from your mouth. Because if they hear it from my mouth, they might think that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm just trying to get you up out of here. But if they hear it from you, then they might have a different thought process about it. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. Like, everything you're saying makes sense. It's a good job, but I'm not about to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about to put myself through this type of work just to get a paycheck. I just couldn't do it. Knowing that there's other ways to make money. Every way is not for you. I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, you shouldn't work hard, but some things you just got to know that it's not for you. You have to know that. You have to come to a realization. And hopefully you can have somebody help you look and guide you like this man did to make me realize that this job wasn't for me. And maybe and hopefully you can have the, you know what I'm saying, the humbleness and the right headspace to understand that it's only constructive criticism. Though it may be harsh, but it's only constructive criticism. So I'm telling the guys, the manager, I'm like, hey, yo, I appreciate you guys, but I don't think this job is for me. I'm not able to keep up with this man. I'm not able to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever. I know that I can transfer in the JB Hunt portal. I can transfer jobs after a certain amount of time. And what happened was I actually started applying for the jobs. They actually helped me do that. The people in the office were very understandable. As long as you communicated with them, you're honest with them, and you know what I'm saying, as long as you did that, like, this is what made it hard for me to leave that job, because they accommodated me like no other trucking job has ever done. And I'm gonna talk more about that. The people in the office, it was a warehouse, and then you had the people in the front office that worked at cicis. Then you have the people in the back that run the logistics part of the unloading and loading, and then the people who are the JB Hunt part, where they're in charge of dispatching the drivers on different routes and making sure that everything goes smoothly as far as getting from the store and picking up products throughout the Metroplex and wherever else we need to get product from to come back to the warehouse so that we could fulfill the orders needed from the stores. So I'm telling them like, hey, I don't think this is for me. I think I want to transfer to a different job. Like, okay, cool. We'll help you do that. Just check out a couple jobs. Let me know which one you think might be best for you. And we'll try to get you over and, you know what I'm saying, to a different position. I'm like, okay, cool. So I applied for a couple jobs. Me being a knucklehead, I applied for a job, and what happened was the lady left me a voicemail. I never seen the voicemail. I'm so caught up in, you know what I'm saying, just whatever I'm doing at the time. I never saw the voicemail of the lady who reached out to, you know what I'm saying, to give me a job on another route. No touch freight, bump dock, you know what I'm saying, drop and hook. Occasionally bump docks, more often drop and hook. So I never got the voicemail until like I was about to leave the dang company. And I tried to call them back, but the position probably was already filled, so they didn't pick up. But before all that, while I'm still working at, you know what I'm saying, for cicis, for distributing food, they were like, well, if it's cool if you can't do that, we understand. You know your limits. But would you like to, you know what I'm saying, they asked me if I'd like to just do the routes. They didn't have a route guy at the time. Or the route guy at the time just was on vacation or something like that. Or I don't know what he was doing. So they were like, we need somebody to run our routes. They had an older man at the, what you call it, that was the yard dog, the yard jockey. Very nice older man. He, you know what I'm saying, did all the yard stuff. In this yard, it wasn't, but it was a very small yard. So they were very particular, I think, about who they wanted as the yard guy and doing their what you call it, their like local runs, because you have to be able to bump in the docks. You have to be able to maneuver in these tight areas, and that's something I know I excel at in the trucking industry. I put that truck wherever it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Blind side, whatever. Even though, like I said, it was a very small, what you call it, warehouse yard. Like I showed them that I could, you know what I'm saying, this is where I excel at. They're like, okay, cool. Like, we see that you do have skills in this area, so we're gonna use you to run our routes, and then occasionally you'll work the yard. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like y'all not gonna fire me? Like, y'all still gonna pay me? You're like, yeah, we're gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be but $1,300 a week, but you know what I'm saying, you in the meantime, in between time, you'll still be making some money, and you know what I'm saying, you'll have a job, and you'll just continue to do that until you find your next thing. What more can I want? Like, that was, you know what I'm saying, that was a very that was a moment where it was a blessing, I ain't gonna lie to you. Rather that than be unemployed. So I started doing the local routes, picking up boxes and pickles, tomatoes, and, you know what I'm saying, all type of stuff. This is refrigerated, sometimes drive-in. But I had experience doing those in the past. That's why I think it's important to, you know what I'm saying, have experience doing different things in trucking. You never know where you might have to end up at one day. But, you know what I'm saying, all this stuff, it can be taught. So even if you don't have the experience in those things, like, it can be taught. It's not hard at all. But they had me doing the yard work, so it's cool. And occasionally they would have me go on some routes with a helper. So I would just drive, and the guy would be with me. You know what I'm saying, he would just ride passenger. He didn't have a CDL. So it was like a no-brainer. Okay, we're gonna put Chris with this guy. They're gonna do these couple routes. Chris, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna do the driving part. He's gonna do the unloading. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much it was just a cakewalk. And then whatever they needed, as long as it was it was like the best communication. They needed something, and this is why they kept me around so long. If they needed something done, the answer was never no. What you need, as long as I'm not unloading and touching freight, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm already, you know what I'm saying, I'm benefiting, you know what I'm saying, from this position. You guys have made a position for me pretty much. And it's like, I'm very grateful for that. So anytime they ask me to come in, to run a route for them, to pick up product, to move a trailer, you know what I'm saying, I would leave work, and they'd be like, hey, we don't got nobody here. Can you come back real quick? Like, I know we just told you to go home, but can you come back real quick, because nobody can move this trailer. Yes, I'm coming back. Like, I don't live but down the street. I don't care if I'm doing whatever at the crib. I'm coming to whatever y'all need. I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they appreciated that, because I guess the drivers that they had in the past would not be as, I guess, you know what I'm saying, show the type of gratefulness that I showed for having that job. Even, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's one of the important takeaways from this video is, you know, if you get something good, you know what I'm saying, just you know what I'm saying, show appreciation for it. Hopefully it's reciprocated. These guys, you know what I'm saying, they never talk down to you. Some people get dispatchers that talk down to you, talk crazy to you, don't want to pay you. And I never had issue like going into the office and like, hey, yo, I don't see this route on my paycheck. I think it's a little short. Can you check it out? Or whatever. There was some, you know what I'm saying, there's always some hiccups and stuff at different companies, but it was very minimal. Everything eventually could be fixed, or you know what I'm saying, brought to the attention of, to where it could be fixed in the down the line. There was never any issues. They would Uber me to go pick up. I would do the what you call it stuff, all the trailers that need to be fixed, all the trucks that need to be fixed, all the new trucks that had to be picked up. Who are they calling? They calling me. So I'm in, you know what I'm saying, I'm in all the drivers' trucks now. I'm gonna tell you about these food service drivers. They smell like icy hot, god dang, wet steel toe boot having, like, these people, you know what I'm saying, like, I was one of them, so I can talk about it. Like, it's a really hard industry, bro. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, the injuries that these people get into, knee injury, ankle injury, back injury, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work in some of these food service jobs. And me realizing that, like, I'm like, yo, I'm already prone. You know what I'm saying? I already got a back that's shaped like a question mark. I got scoliosis and all this stuff. I'm like, yo, like, this ain't gonna be a long term for me, because I'm already knowing I have, like, you know what I'm saying, I could potentially have another back issue. Just from working in this type of environment. Like, it ain't the best for me, you know what I'm saying? It ain't probably the best for me. But you know what I'm saying, just I wanted to make this video about the food service industry, because it's something that I did, you know what I'm saying, experience. I think this is one of the most, like, it's top one of the most hardest jobs in trucking that I've done. I challenge you to go and see for yourself. Like, I think this is just some back-breaking work. Is it worth it? In some cases it might be for some people, but for me it wasn't. I'm not knocking it. I always made sure that I communicated with those guys. They always communicated with me. It was hard to leave that job. Like I said, I left that job to like start car hauling, which bumped my income up crazy. But I left that job to start car hauling. I told them, like, yo, I actually was supposed to go to Walmart, but then, like, Walmart kind of got pushed to the wayside. But I told them, like, hey, yo, I found another job. They're paying me a little bit more. And I'm not in this, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is, unfortunately, because I really, yo, they would bring me food, bro. You know what I'm saying? They show love. Like I said, they would give me Uber rides. They would accommodate me. They just really showed love. Like, my car, I had car issues. It's like, all right, we'll Uber you home. Like, oh, you need this? We're gonna Uber you to go pick up this truck. We're gonna Uber you to go do this. Like, they just showed love. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would bring stuff for the drivers to work. They bring, you know what I'm saying, like, just different things that they did to show appreciation. And I really, like, you know what I'm saying, that's why it was hard for me to leave. It was hard for me to be like, yo, I found another job. I was like, yo, so I gotta, you know what I'm saying, like, it was hard for me to tell them, like, I wanted to leave, because they had showed so much love and appreciation for me, you know what I'm saying, just not saying no to anything, just showing up every day, just being that guy that they could depend on, because I guess it had been a long time since they had that type of person who they could really depend on to do all these other things, but not do what they hired me for. So, like I said, I had to kind of just you know what I'm saying, step it up a little bit 'Cause I don't like to slack. Like, I like to do my job. So it was hard saying that I couldn't do it. So I'm like, okay, well, let me show them what I can do, and I excelled at that. But yeah, food service industry. My friend, I'm gonna keep going on. It's my video. I had a friend who was already in the industry like years before. He had told me a little bit about it, so that's kind of what got me kind of thinking on that page. But yeah, that's just kind of how I got into it. Like just hearing him talk about it, and then my other friend talking about JB Hunt, looking at the description, thinking I could do it. But you gotta know what's for you. You gotta know what's not for you. It's your boy Chris Lee TV. This is a 25-minute video. Thank you for rocking with me. Like I said, if you haven't checked out my last video about why I'm took such a long time to come back to YouTube, it's already up. It's my last video. But I'm gonna end this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Have you worked in the food industry? What do you think about the food service industry? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your thoughts on it? If you want more information, I think I can talk about this a little bit more about the routes and things like that. But you know what I'm saying, if you have detailed questions, put them in the comments. I'll see if I can answer them. I'm going to put proof in the community notes, because like we would move lots of product, bro. Like, it was just, you know what I'm saying, like, to the wrong person it's depressing, but to the right person is money signs. It's your boy Chris Lee TV. See you guys on the next episode. Deuces.